Okay.
Okay, Nitish, so before we start, can you give a brief intro about yourself?
Yeah, this is Nitish Gaonkar. I'm from Mumbai and I'm an entrepreneur working on the Impulse Suite. I'm basically the founder for it. And we also have a
Can you
graphic
speak a
designer in
bit
our
louder,
team.
please? Your voice is.
Yeah, bhai, acha hota hai. Yeah, this is Nitish Gaonkar. Basically, I'm from Mumbai and I'm working on the Impulse Suite. I'm the founder of the Impulse Suite and we also have a graphic designer with us. So what we do basically is we provide end-to-end social media marketing solution for your business slash brand slash startup. So basically, if you're someone who is looking to skyrocket your sales using social media, then yes, we are the right ones who can help you.
Okay. So how did this idea came from, this startup idea in your mind?
Yeah, basically, I was just exploring marketing and all. So on the way learning social media marketing. So using during that itself, I came up with some what I can say. I got some insights, some strategies you might call it as. So figuring out, I thought, yes, why not use it for your own and use it to provide value to the consumers, to the end business or brands. So we thought that okay, I basically thought that okay, let's use this and let's create something out of these strategies and something out of these insights. So that's how the idea came to my mind. So that's why it is called as the Impulse Suite. So yes.
So how did you become, passionate about social media? I mean, what did you like about this digital marketing?
Digital marketing, actually, I was exploring. I learned copywriting. I am self-taught copywriter. So just exploring, I just, I got, really great, what I can say. I got fascinated with the stuff like how you write something, someone gets converted. You basically sell something to someone, and the way you present it, it gets sold. Okay, not building a product is not the only thing that you need. After all, you need to sell it. So the way you present it is actually going to get it sold. So that marketing thing is something which actually, what I can say, impressed me a lot. So that is the thing. So that's how I got into the social media marketing.
So before starting this, I can call it digital marketing agency, right? It's more like a digital marketing
Digital
agency.
marketing is a very broad, what I can say, field. There is SEO, there is SCM, and all those stuff. Content writing, aata hai. So there it is quite broad. So we are just focused on social media. So we can provide you end-to-end marketing solution for social media.
Okay. So before starting this startup, did you had any kind of previous work experience on social media? Like, did you
No,
work for any previous companies,
no,
or did you just
no,
start?
no, no, no. I didn't. Actually, I'm a self-taught. I just learned. I built my own personal portfolio. I made some videos on YouTube. And yes, so that's how I learned. I got in touch with a lot of people, spoke to them, saw on Clubhouse and all that. So figuring things out got me over here basically.
So don't you think that if a person start a business without any previous work experience, he can make a lot of mistake?
Mistakes is going to happen. Okay, if it was that great, okay, don't get me wrong, but 40 years old with 40 years of experience, work experience, let's suppose 20, 30 years, whatever work experience can build a perfect company. But that isn't happening, right? So
Hmm.
mistakes are going to be there. And see, work experience, don't get me wrong again, don't go on my words, my sayings, but work experience is going to give you an idea of industry. Running a business is going to be a lot different. Like, it's going to be a lot different. There are a lot of new things that are going to come up. So if you know about I think Google's CEO said that they have to solve a new problem almost every day. Okay, so in their office there is always a new problem. So that is how entrepreneurship is. That is what a business is basically.
So what are some of the challenges that you face while starting the business?
Challenges faced by me. See, basically what happened is, we are into B2B segment. Sorry. So we are into B2B segment. We sell services to clients. So being in B2B marketing is a bit tough. Okay, to the people who know this can actually relate to this. So you have to learn it. So there are a lot of things which come into play. So there are different things like B2C is different, B2B is different. So figuring out all these things is a bit, what I can say, a challenging thing. But again, it's part of the journey. So yes.
Okay, audience, any question? Anyone? Sanyukta, Siddhant, Saba, anyone? Any question? You can ask or write in the chat box. No question, I guess. Okay, so one more thing, as you say that your startup is a social media marketing agency. So there are lot of startup nowadays based on social media and digital media. A lot of agencies are now being formed. So what is what makes you different from them? What is your USP?
Okay.
Yes, sorry, network.
Yeah, network issue, network issue.
Yeah,
I
so
thought you were reading something, so that was like ideal thing.
no, it was network. So as I said that, what is your USP, unique selling proposition? What are something different that you're doing that others are not?
Yes, yes. What a great question, man. Appreciate. So see, basically what happens is what our USP is, as I said, I figured out a lot of things while learning social media marketing. I figured out a lot of ways, a lot of strategies, a lot of insights that I figured it out. So our USP is basically the process, okay, the way that we are gonna provide the service. And by the service, it doesn't mean that talking to you and getting you on board. But our service means the reach that we are gonna provide you, the result that we are gonna derive. Okay, so we talk results, we talk numbers, and the other person whom we will be dealing with the business is are there to do the business, and even we are here to do the business. So that is what it is.
And how do you charge money?
Charge, it depends, like it depends from company to company. It depends from what I can say, the brand to brand, what the requirements are. For paid, our charges are different. For organic, our charges are different. So it depends totally.
The audience, any question, anyone? Siddhan, Sanyukta, Saba, Tisraj, anyone, any question? Okay, so according to you, why do you think that most of the startups fail?
Most of the startups fail. Why most of the startups fail? See, basically there are two things, two reasons. I think first is product, and second one is the funding. So if the product is bad, if there is no market that is existing for that product, then I think investors are a bit skeptical, and even they don't find a good sales out of that. So basically, if you don't find sales, you are not gonna able to be able to run the company for too long. So that's how you shut down. And second thing is investors don't feel like investing in your product. Like maybe the market is saturated, maybe there are too many players, like that's the same thing basically. But maybe the investor don't find your product to be that interesting. So yeah, so I think product and funding, I think these two are the only reasons that startup fail.
Okay, so coming to the funding part, so as you said that sometimes startups don't get enough funding. So your startup, is it bootstrap or did you use investors funding?
And no, it is bootstrapped, it is bootstrapped.
Yeah. So are you planning to acquire funding for future, or are you, planning to become self-dependent?
Planning to become self-dependent, I think yes.
Okay. Great. So why is it that most of the startups don't get funding? What, how
uh,
can you impress the investor to fund money?
See, investors will invest only if they find that there is a growth in this market, firstly, and then secondly, they see that okay, there should be a capability in your team, and thirdly, you shouldn't have a competitor like a very big player being there, because if there is a big player in the market existing already, then the investors are a bit skeptical. So these three are the most crucial factors. Either there should be a big market, in fact. So secondly, you should actually have a good team. You can which on which you can tell the investors that okay, these are the group of people I'm going to work with, and this is the group of people I'm going to execute the idea with. And thirdly, there should not be a big player. Like no one should be actually be able doing it in the market at the first place, because that puts you in that even if you try to go and succeed and whatever it is, but basically it gives a sense of like okay, there is always a competitor over there. Okay, so yeah, so it will always affect a kind of a strategies and all the way you execute it. So it will always be better if you are the first mover.
So while you were starting out, when you started your business, how did you, convince the customer to use your service? to make them trust you? Because you are a newbie now. So how
Ha.
did you, gain the customer's trust? How did you convince them?
See, basically, it requires sales. Okay, that requires a sales skills. So if you have the sales skills, then you can actually go and pitch
You can
them. You
have
can build you need to have sales skills. Okay, you need to know how the sales is done. Secondly, you need to have something. Okay, you just even if you are a new, you can have a portfolio. Like I did have a personal portfolio with me for copywriting. Okay, you need to have portfolio for yourself. You can't say that okay, I'm new, try me out.
portfolio. What do you mean by portfolio? Work experience.
Portfolio, yes, exactly. So let's suppose I'm a copywriter basically, or let's say you're a content writer, so you have to write a blog. So write random blogs, like write complete random blogs and keep it as a word document, let's say. So you have something to show that okay sir, I have in my whatever it is called as like free time, I wrote these blogs, this is what I can do. So that is the work that you can show to your clients, even if it is not done for someone else. You have your personal portfolio, and this will even help you in getting a job, maybe.
Okay, so anyone, any question, audience? Any question? So your business, is it sole proprietorship or partnership business?
It is a one person company basically.
Oh, one
It is a
person
limit.
company.
Yes, yes, it is a
As
company, is
of
a
now, you
limit.
are the only founder.
Yes,
Right?
exactly.
Okay. So don't you think that if you want to expand your business, then you may need some co-founder or partner, because
No, see, that is
one
not, that
person
is
you cannot do everything alone.
no, that is not needed. No, a company doesn't mean it should have a co-founder. It can have team members as well. Like I said, I have a graphic designer on board, that works with me. So basically, it doesn't mean that okay, you will need a co-founder. Sorry, to scale up. You need team members to scale up. You don't need a business partner to scale up.
So you're saying that it's not necessary that you have to go for partnership in order to expand.
No, absolutely not.
Okay. So where is your business based right now?
Mumbai, Navi Mumbai.
Mumbai. So how are you planning to expand beyond Mumbai?
Planning to expand beyond Mumbai. See, basically, we are planning to provide value to as many businesses as we can in our area, in wherever we can, basically. So, being in the service industry, especially in the social media marketing, we don't need to. There is no location restriction, like geographical restrictions or anything like that. So, I can just deal with a client with in Australia, a client in US, a client in Canada, or wherever it is. So, yeah. So, if
So you mean that you don't need to set up office for expanding.
yeah, yeah, exactly. We don't need to set up offices for expansion.
So you can approach any company you want, nationally or internationally.
Yes, exactly.
So how would they know you? I mean, how would you approach them?
Like as I said, it is a process of sales. You just go and pitch them, you show them your website, show them your work. If they like you, then they will get in touch with you.
Okay, so nowadays, as you can see that entrepreneurship has been booming in India. A lot of people
Hmm.
say that they want to start up or they want to become an
Hmm.
entrepreneur. So do you think that entrepreneurship is for everyone?
Entrepreneurship is surely for everyone. If they know how to do it, then it is for everyone.
No, because it needs a lot of hard work, hustle. You can say not everyone can do it. What's your opinion about it?
No, man. If you are working, if you know how to do it, how to do things, then you are good to go.
Now, coming to this, there's another question. Nowadays, in YouTube or on internet,
Hmm.
lot of motivational speakers, they say that in order to become an entrepreneur, you have to work 16 to 18 hours a day daily, like that. So,
Hmm.
do you think that it is true? I mean, when did you start your own company? Did you work 18 hours a day daily?
See, man, see. First of all, I'm telling you one thing, okay? If you are building a product now, if you think that okay, the product is gonna be great, so you are gonna have sleepless nights, okay? So, so that's not a issue with you. That should not be an issue with you. In fact, especially if you are building a tech product, let's say you're coding for it, so your codes are gonna have errors, your codes are gonna have bugs, and you're gonna solve it. You will need to solve it, in fact. uh, so you're gonna have sleepless night anyways. So it's not an issue. It should not be an issue anyways. So yeah.
So as you said that instead of partnering with someone, you hire team members. So when you hire team members, what are some of the qualities that you look into them? Do you look for degrees or attitude or skills, anything like that?
See, basically, what we look into is what I can say. See, if you ask me now, what I look into. First of all, they should be ready to work, man, because
Do
the
you be?
readiness to work, they should be ready to work. Okay, because being a startup, okay, hiring employees at a what I can say at some lower pay scale and all is not a joke at the end of the day. So first of all, for me, they should be ready to work. Secondly, being a startup, if you are not funded, especially, then I don't think you need to go with a employee that has over 10 years of experience. So especially if you are not ready to give him that salary. So yeah,
So you
so it
mean
depends
look for
on.
freshers, right?
Look for freshers, look for people who are ready to work on your idea, look for people who are ready to work for your vision, rather than looking for degrees. Like, this is what my opinion is. Don't follow it. It depends on product to product. There are your way might be different to work with them. So yes.
So as you said that you look for people who are passionate about the vision or passionate
Mm,
about the problem you're trying to solve.
mm,
But the
mm,
thing is that during interview, a candidate say all those things. They would say that yes, I am passionate. I am very
mm,
willingness to work for you. I am willing, no willingness to work for your idea. But when
mm.
you hire them, you find that they are only here for the money. So in that case, how would you identify that they are faking or not? Because many candidates say that I am here to work for you.
See, man, I'll tell you one thing. Money is something that anyone would want. Okay, everyone does a job for money at the end of the day. So, see, if they are saying that okay, they can't do this or they can't, what I can say that, man. If they say that okay, I am, how do you find it out? Basically, that is the question. So I think you get to know that even within the first week. Okay, the first week itself, the first week of the work, you will get to know, yes, if this guy is actually here for money or actually he is for the work. And at the end of the day, you want the work to be done. Doesn't matter if he is working for the vision or working for the money. If the work is getting done, you're good to go. So this is what I feel.
Okay, audience, any question? Anyone? Kunal, Imran, Vedika, Anyukta, anyone, any question? You can ask. Anyone, any question? Okay, no question. So, as you said that an entrepreneur should have the ability to sell, but you
Mm.
see that selling is a very tough job. Not everybody can be good at it.
See,
So, for example, if a
see.
person is not so good in sales, do you think that he won't be able to become an entrepreneur?
See, I never said that you need to be a sales guy to become an entrepreneur, first of all. And secondly, if you don't know how to sell the product, then what's the use of you being there? If you are the I'm see, again, as I said, if you know a particular thing, let's say you know to code, then you do the coding part now. Unless and until you yes, you will need to do selling. You can't say that okay, I won't execute this until I don't find a marketing guy. Go and found the marketing co-founder.
Market. So, okay, so you are saying that if a person don't know how to sell, then he can just hire someone like that.
Yeah, see, do what you can do ना. And at the end of the day, you can't depend on someone कि भाई कंपनी तुम्हें चलानी है, दूसरे को थोड़ी ना चलानी है. So you can't depend on the other guy ना कि ये काम करेगा तो मैं काम करूंगा. ड्रीम तुम्हारा है, उसका थोड़ी है.
Okay, so what's your opinion about financial literacy? Do you think that entrepreneurs should have financial literacy?
uh, See, if you ask me now, even I don't know a huge stuff about investing or finance. Okay. But since I'm an early stage startup, we are an early stage startup. I never found a need for it. Okay. So I'm not the right person to comment on this. But yeah, so no comments basically.
Okay. So what
Mm.
do you think is the ideal age for starting a business? Because some people say that the earlier you start, the better. And some people say that you must have 5 to 6 years of work experience, then only you can start. Some people start in college also. What do you think is the ideal age?
None, man. I don't think there is any ideal age for this. Anyone can do this. The only thing is you need to know how to do it. If you
Oh,
know how to do things, then you can do it, and there is no issues, even if you are a college going student or anything like that.
so don't you think that if a person, for example, want to start a business late, like for example in his 40s or in his 30s, if you want to start a business, don't you think that in that age he would be bounded by a lot of responsibilities? Because between 30 to 40s you have a lot of responsibilities. So in that age it is very hard to take risks. What's your opinion about this?
Yeah, it depends on the situation to situation. Like some people, yes, you said it right. There are responsibilities. So at that point of a time, the family support plays a huge role. Okay. So let's say if you are married, then your wife might end up supporting you. She would say that, okay, go and do this. I've met entrepreneurs who are both husband and wife doing the same or startup. Like they are working on this same thing. And there was one more story I think everyone might be familiar with.
Okay.
Yeah, like husband is also having a unicorn and the wife is also having one unicorn.
Yes,
So
there
the
was a
unicorn
news
couple, yeah,
very
the
recently. I
unicorn
forgot
couple
the
of,
startup name, but yes, I
yes,
had
yes,
that
yes,
news before.
unicorn couple of India basically.
Yes.
So that's how it is, man. Like,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, so coming to family members, as you just said that, right now many person want to start a business or many students want to start their own business and
Mm,
they get a lot of demotivation, especially from their family
mm,
member at first. So how do you
mm.
think that any aspiring entrepreneurs can convince their family member that whatever they're doing is okay? Because they, a lot of demotivation they have to face.
That's also a sales skill.
Yes.
See, that's also a sales skill. Now, see, what I'll tell you is in Europe now, I think there's something I came across. If you want to go and do something now, you will have to convince your parents. Okay. So think of your parents as the investors. Okay. Think your parents as investors, not for money, but for the support. Go and pitch to them. Tell them, okay, why this is gonna work and how I'm gonna get the work done on this particular idea. So go and pitch to your parents. As I said, man, your parents are gonna be the first investors for you. So it doesn't matter that it's not only the money, but it's more about of the support. So pitch it to them, tell them how you're gonna handle things, how it is gonna be done, how you should be going forward with this, why you should be going forward with this. Pitch it to them. Prepare a pitch deck.
Mhm. So, and what if they don't get convinced or if they don't like your idea?
See, if you're not able to convince your parents, okay,
Hmm.
first of all, how you're gonna convince the investors tomorrow? Forget the investors, how you're gonna convince the customers to buy your product?
Okay. But don't you think parents can be very, skeptic about it? Because most of the Indian parents, they are in favor of a job. So don't you think that if you just talk about your business idea, they would become very skeptical. They won't even try to listen properly by whole heart.
See, man, I'm not telling you that if they do disagree, then you should not do it. Okay, I've seen people who are doing job as well as their startup. So
Hmm.
does it mean that the parents supported and all? No. The thing is they got into it. They knew that okay, this thing, the idea that I am working on won't be paying my bills every month, at least not until the time of 4 to 6 months, as long as I'm not getting a set amount of customers. So till then, let's go and do a job. I'll do this part time. Okay. So it is not that you can't run a startup part time. You can run a startup part time. Once you get an idea that okay, this thing is paying my bills every month, then you leave your job and get into it full time. There are people who have done this.
Okay, audience, any question? Anyone? Anyone? Any question? Sanyukta, Sarthak, Imran, Hedika, Sanket, Saba. Anyone? Any question? You can ask. Okay, no question. I guess. So,
Hmm.
Nitish, so do you think that this current show, Shark Tank India has the potentiality to create more entrepreneurs in India? Do you think that Shark Tank India could be, no, could convince parents to encourage their child to start a business?
Yeah, this can happen. Okay, this can happen. Convincing the parents, yes, parents might think once before telling their kids no. But producing entrepreneurs, like I'm not sure about it. But convincing parents, yes, it can happen. Because yeah, आज के टाइम पे अगर तुम देखो, इफ एनी किड गोज एंड कम टेल्स हिज पेरेंट्स,
आज के टाइम पे
आज के टाइम पे कोई भी बच्चा अगर अपने माँ बाप को जाके बोलता है, पेरेंट्स को जाके बोलता है कि मुझे क्रिकेटर बनना है, तो उसके पेरेंट्स ना तो बोल देंगे, लेकिन थोड़ा मतलब उसको ट्राई करेंगे कि हाँ भाई तू कुछ तो कर, देखते हैं क्या होता है। वाई?
हम्म
बिकॉज पीपल हैव सेट एन एग्जाम्पल। सचिन तेंदुलकर जी जो है, विराट कोहली सर है, इन्होंने एग्जाम्पल सेट किया ना।
हम्म
सो हमारे देश में अभी के लिए तो रितेश अग्रवाल है, बायजूस के एक फाउंडर है, उनका नाम नहीं पता मेरे को, बट बायजूस, पेटीएम, आई थिंक पेटीएम, ओयो, दीज हैव मेड बिग। सो ऐसे जब और 50-100 आ जाएंगे ना, तब पेरेंट्स बोलेंगे कि हाँ भाई तू जा स्टार्टअप कर। सो दैट इज द थिंग, बिकॉज आफ्टर पेरेंट्स का कुछ ना बुरा थोड़ी ना बोलते हैं वो। देयर ओनली थिंग इज दे आल्सो नीड टू सी ना मार्केट, कि मार्केट है क्या, स्कोप है क्या। सो अगर स्कोप है तो वो जो उनको दिखता है ना कि हाँ भाई ये जो है और 50-100 ऐसे हैं आगे, ठीक है तू जा सकता है।
Okay, so coming to your startup, so do you know does it have any office or do you operate the business from your home?
नो, currently we are working from home. Okay, the graphic designer onboarded is also working from home,
So
so we
your
hardly
home.
feel. Yes, yes, home.
Oh, okay. So your home is your office currently.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Okay.
And if
So
any need arises, we can arrange into a co-working space. So co-working spaces, meets can be arranged over there on daily pass basis.
okay, so what do you think is the difference between a startup job and a corporate job?
I have not done a corporate job, so no idea.
No idea. Okay,
Yeah.
that's great. You are very early stage. You have started a startup.
Yeah.
Okay, so don't you think that when a person join a startup for as an employee, don't
Mhm.
you think that there is a risk involved because that startup could fail anytime? For example, as the report says, 90% of startups.
See, 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 I'll tell you one thing. If you are hiring employees on salary basis,
Hmm,
let's say you are paying them 10,000. So let's say startup makes 3 months. Okay, till 3 months he's getting payment. Fourth month पे वो fail हो गया. Okay, somehow let's take an example.
hmm.
तो उसने काम 3 ही महीने किया है ना, चौथे महीने तो उसे काम नहीं करना पड़ा. सो यस, रिस्क है, क्योंकि उसको आगे जाके वापस से जॉब ढूंढनी भी है. सो बट यस, रिस्क तो होता ही. आफ्टर ऑल सी, जो भी वेल फंडेड स्टार्टअप्स होते हैं, लाइक इफ वी टॉक अबाउट सम गुड स्टार्टअप्स, दोज आर पेइंग देयर एम्प्लॉयज इन लैक्स ऑफ रुपीज. लाइक उनका सीटीसी 5-6 लाख के ऊपर जाता है, ठीक है, उनका एनुअल पे आउट जो भी है. सो वैसा कंडीशन में, अगर वैसे सिचुएशन में है, वो फंडेड स्टार्टअप है, सो उसका फेल होने का चांसेस अगले 1 साल तक कम है. ठीक है, 1-2 साल जो भी है, क्योंकि वो उतना सोच के फंडिंग लेता है, पहली तो बात. सो इफ यू आर एम्प्लॉय इन दैट काइंड ऑफ अ स्टार्टअप, देन इट्स फाइन ना. एंड अगर फेलिंग की बात है तो कोई भी कंपनी डूब सकती है कभी भी, अपन बोल नहीं सकता.
Okay. So do you follow any entrepreneur? Like, are you a big fan of any kind of famous entrepreneur?
Neil Patel, I think he is the founder of Uber Suggest.
Found Neil Patel Digital, I guess, his
Yes,
company.
yes, Neil
Neil
Patel
Patel
Digital.
Digital. And Uber Suggest is a keyword tool.
Hmm.
Yes. So you are also, he was your motivation to start this company.
Because I actually saw him when digital marketing. I actually used to see him, like how he speaks, what he speaks, how he does the things, how he makes videos. So it was pretty good to see that. Okay, this guy is cool. He has done a lot of things around digital marketing. So let's follow him. Let's see.
So as an entrepreneur yourself, do you know anything about accounting? Do you have any accounting knowledge?
No, absolutely not.
So how do you, calculate the cash flow, balance sheet? Because business need to have an accountant.
See, currently being an early stage startup, we don't need all these things. So it's
You
completely
don't
fine.
need.
It's going fine with us. Yes.
So without accounting knowledge, you can calculate cash flow.
Yeah, yeah. It can be done. It is being done by me, in fact.
So in future, if accountancy is required, so are you willing to learn it yourself or are you willing to hire someone?
It depends what the priority is. Like if it is not gonna mess with the business operations that I'm doing, then I might end up learning it myself. Otherwise, we'll hire someone.
And also, is it possible to start a business nowadays with only 10 to 20,000 rupees like that?
Sorry, sorry.
nowadays, is it possible to start a business with very low amount of money, like 10,000 or 20,000 rupees?
Yes, why not? Why not? Why not? What kind of a business it is? Like it depends now. Some businesses start with some at least almost nothing. Like
Mm.
yeah, so it depends what kind of a business you are into.
Okay. Okay, audience, any question? Anyone? Anukta, Sartak, Imran, anyone, any question? Please ask. Don't be quiet. Let's make it more interactive, guys. Come on. Okay, no question. Okay, so my last question to you is that what would be your one piece of advice to any aspiring entrepreneur?
One piece of advice.
Yes, like any kind of motivation or inspiration you can say. Any advice?
See, advice would be know the market, okay,
Know the
before doing anything. Market,
uh,
market. Know the market before doing anything. Before even building your product, know the market. Check the
how can they
demand.
know the market?
Check the demand and supply. There are a lot of things. Okay. Now I won't go into huge details because that is something might which will take a huge time. But anyways, you might want to do some market. ठीक है मतलब देखो एक बार market है कि नहीं. Just check if the product is in a demand or not. Are the people ready to purchase what you are making? If not, then leave it. Okay. This is what I would say since you asked me.
Yes, so
But
just
it
to ask, so how
opinions
would
might
they
differ.
conduct the market research?
There are a lot of ways you can conduct a market research. Just go and ask your friends. Like let's say you are building a bottle, water bottle. Go and ask your friends. Okay, उनको बोल दो भाई देखो ये मेरी बॉटल है खरीदोगे क्या पैसे दोगे इसके लिए कितने दोगे पूछो उनको पैसे देंगे क्या अगर पैसे देने के लिए रेडी है तो फिर उसको मैन्युफैक्चर करो मार्केटिंग करो जो भी है sorry if they're not gonna pay you if there is no market for it there is no demand for it people are not gonna pay you then what's the use of making it.
Oh, okay, audience, any question? Anyone? Okay, no question. Okay, Nitish, thank you so much for joining. It was a great talking with you. I will,
Yeah, man. Thank you so much.
yeah, yeah.
And it
I will
was
send you
great.
the recording after the session.
Yes, yes, man. Surely. It was great being here. Thank you so much for the amazing opportunity. And
Yes.
thank you so much, the entire
Mm.
Learning with Travel, right?
Learning while traveling.
Learning while traveling team. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Aritra. Thank you so much for
Okay.
inviting me.
Okay.
So take care, everyone. Wish you luck in whatever you are doing. All the best. Thank you so
Okay.
much.
Good night.
Good night. Good night.
Night,
Take care.
everyone.